how to avoid the frustration of turnover of your sales team in your P&C agency. Let's go.
Insurance dudes are on a mission to escape being handcuffed by our agencies.
How? By uncovering the secrets to creating a predictable, consistent, and profitable agency sales machine.
I am Craig Pretzinger.
I am Jason Feldman.
We are agents.
We are insurance dudes.
Hey, my name is Craig Pretzinger. I've been running a successful insurance agency or working in the financial services for over 20 years, dealing with hiring, dealing with training, dealing with all of the things that we as agency owners have to deal with on a daily basis. And I want to take some of the things I've learned and share it out to you. And hopefully it is going to make an impact in your business as well. So I do know a thing or two about buying leads, generating leads, doing everything that in between, not buying any leads and seeing how that goes. I'm going to show you how buying more leads is the best decision that you can make for your agency and for retaining folks. Stick around. This is going to be good. All right. So I'm going to go over 6 things that are reasons why spending more on leads is actually going to save you a ton of money on the back end. Now, before we dive into that, I want to share a quick story of my agency. And for many, many years, I was terrible at managing, well, still really am terrible at managing the people side of it. I prefer to manage processes, but the people, I'm not good at that. I don't love that piece. So I've hired an operations manager that is the person that does that I only interact with. For operations manager, from that standpoint, I do the coaching, which I do love. I love taking somebody who doesn't understand sales and then helping them to actually accelerate their career by getting good at sales. So that is a fun part. So make sure you're doing something fun. Little side note. So 6 things, 6 reasons why it's so important to spend on leads, right? To buy leads and spend, give opportunities to that team. So the first thing is you're going to attract better candidates. Okay. I know that over the years, not spending, not having something to give them ample opportunity is a killer, right? Because if we don't get them the opportunities to get the quotes they need to get done, to get the results they need to make the money they want, well, then they're not sticking around, right? And something that I found over the years is what the cost on the backside is of that turnover. If we have somebody turn over in less than a year, it's costing us in the 5 figures. That's hard costs and soft costs, cost of hiring the new person, the opportunity cost of losing the business that would have been there had they been writing business. And it takes 2 or 3 months before somebody's up and running. And heck, we bring them on and you don't even know if they're going to work out, right? So we got to make sure that we're not going to this place of desperation. We're providing them opportunity. So you're going to attract better candidates. Number 2, you're going to retain your team, right? Same thing I've been saying. You are going to keep people for longer, which is going to cost you less. That money that you would have spent or it would have cost you by having that constant turnover and having to continually bring on new people and pay for your medicine that because of the headache that you have, we're going to shift that money over to the leads, right? So now it's instead of it being a cost, now we're investing into leads, which are then going to turn around and be the gas that grows the agency. This is going to help us build a culture, right? Because as we bring on one person, we get them dialed in. We bring on another. And as we keep giving them more opportunity by buying them more leads, by showing them, coaching them through that, you can't just buy leads and then expect it to be magic. We have to create the situation that gets the results. So as we continually hone their skills and get them better at what they're doing, those folks are going to turn around and they are going to be grateful that they have this place that they work where you, the owner, are providing them so much opportunity and they're going to stay, right? And them staying is a breath of fresh air, right? We want those people to stay. The longer that a producing sales agent can stay, the less headache we have on our end. So along those lines is creating a desirable place to work, right? Because again, that feeds number 1, which is attracting new candidates. If we create a place that sales agents are going to talk about as a great place to work, wow, right? Then you actually attract those candidates and you're going to get people coming to you because they want to work there. We get inquiries all the time of people who want to work at the agency versus the other way around where it's like they're trying to get out of here, right? So if you're not providing ample opportunities for your sales agents, keep in mind that they're probably not going to stick around. It's going to cost you a lot. So because there's other agents that are investing heavily in their sales team's growth, their sales team's development. They're bringing their sales team to conferences like Agencies Ignite. They're providing leads. They have callers that are making the dials. So lots of great things that can be put in front of that sales agent to make them successful. Well, guess what else, right? The next piece is it is going to eliminate the need for as big of a team, right? You can still get a big team. You can still grow it to a big team, but you can really push capacity on your sales agents. So here's an interesting average, at least with my carrier. We're looking at across the board in this country, across the whole country here, we're looking at the average sales producers producing between $8,000 and $12,000 a month. If this is what your sales agent is doing and you have more than one of them, this is not going to work, right? Because you can get easily, by providing enough leads and giving them enough opportunity, we can squeeze 30 to 45 to 50K out of a sales producer. I have a brand new sales producer. He did come from an independent, couple big names that were the bread and butter, Flow and et cetera. But he came here, we trained for 2 weeks. He got all of the requirements he had to get done so that he could write the business. He's licensed, he's ready to go. He did 45,000 his first full month of production. 45,000. That's here in Arizona, where our average item count is about 550. So just to give an idea and put it in perspective of what can be done when they're given the right opportunity. I have one person that I have at a base amount, right? That's a little bit higher than the competitors because I want to attract, but I have that person writing almost 4 times the average. So if I have one person doing 4 times the average, it would have taken 4 of the lower producing producers who are not buying leads or whatnot. So it's going to cost me 4 times as much. So let's unwind that, right? Let's say we're paying up $3,000. So it would have cost, with 4 people producing 12,000 a month of premium, that would have cost me 12,000 in labor costs, plus taxes, plus all the other stuff. So that is expensive, right? 12,000 to get back 48,000. So now what if we flip it? What if we flip it where I have one producer producing that? So that's 3,000. I have 9,000 of wiggle room now. 9,000 to spend on, let's say I could get him 2 telemarketers. I could get him enough leads that he's going to make it happen. And we know the numbers, right? Those numbers we talk about all the time, but 25 to 35 leads a day per sales producer, and they're off to the races. So really interesting perspective when we think about it this way. I noticed as we got more and more down the rabbit hole of leads and buying leads and understanding the metrics, understanding the lifetime value, understanding the cost per acquisition or cost per sale. If you haven't watched those videos, I encourage you to go back and watch those 2. They're really good explanations about those numbers that we need to know. But by providing those leads, we have a lot of wiggle room for that one producer to create 45, 50K in premium. And the last thing, the last piece of this is, and I did mention it, is pushing your team members to capacity. If we have a producer that is writing 12, writing 10, writing 8,000 a month in premium, they're not earning their seat. So it's something that we need to consider. So that's it. And don't forget, Agencies Ignite, Elite Agencies Ignite is coming up in May, and you are not going to want to miss that because it is going to be filled with tons of exciting speakers, tons of great information, and you're going to walk away with a plan that you're going to be able to take action on to grow your agency. Thank you, and we'll see you on the next one.